So have you ever got a fragrance in and you were like, oh, that's actually really good. And then you wear it a few times and you're just like, you know what? I actually don't like that. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Again, we're talking about Moderator Month, where all of my moderators are choosing my video topics. Today is Hamza's second topic, and he chose Love to Hate. So fragrances that I started out loving or liking a lot, and then it turned into something that I just didn't like. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another moderator topic. Again, Moderator Month, Hamzat, Day 2, Love to Hate. That is what we're going on. That's what I'm going to do every day from now on, instead of explaining the whole Moderator Month again. So again, we are doing Love to Hate. So fragrances that I got in and I liked them at first, and then I didn't like them as much after wearing, whether it was for a few weeks, a few months, a year, whatever it might be. Comment below, let me know what fragrances you have that have done that for you before, that you got in and that you were just like, oh, this is really good, and then I didn't like them. But with that said, I do have to say, this is a little bit harder. I was thinking about it, and if the script was flipped, there's a lot of fragrances that I didn't like at first, but that I like them a lot. That's a lot easier of a video for me, which I will do at some point in the future. A kind of hate to love. So it's actually love to hate and then hate to love. Maybe I'll do that like next week or something. But anyway, all that good stuff. Make sure to subscribe, like, hit the bell, all that good stuff. So we can get straight into 5 fragrances that I started out liking. So it's actually kind of difficult because most fragrances out there don't suck. And if I get them in and I like them at first, I'm never going to hate them at some point in time. I'm never going to actually hate them. So that's kind of difficult. So I'm going to make it a little bit more vague, where it's kind of like a love to only like a little bit. Like that's what the topic should be. Like from, or love to only like a little bit. Because most of these fragrances, and again, if I get a fragrance in and I'm going to end up hating it, I'm not going to love it at first. I might like think it's okay, but then I just hate it. But for the most part, yeah. So with these fragrances, don't take it the wrong way. I think some of them might smell okay, but it's not what my first initial impression was. The first one is this. I love this when I first got it, but there's something in I love the opening and I love the dry down, but there's like a 5-minute part in the mid that I can't stand, to the point where I will hardly wear this. And some people love it. Some people, it was their best release of last year. I don't think so. That's Le Beau Le Parfum. I still like the original Le Beau better. And I'm really hoping that the new release Le Beau that's coming out, that it does something a little bit different, which based on the notes that we got today, it looks like it's going to. But I can still wear this. It's just I have to go nose blind for like 5 minutes, because in the opening, it's really nice, juicy, pineapple, stuff like that. Really beautiful. As you get into the mid, there is this funky aromatic lavender or something that's just really earthy, and it's off-putting to me. I don't know why. I don't know why I get it, but I do not like it. Same I am. And then once that goes away, it kind of gets into that vanilla coconut dry down, and you're good to go. But it's like that 5-minute period. It's like, now I almost don't even reach for this anymore. And it smells good. It's just I almost don't reach for it because of just that 5-minute part. I don't know what it is, but if I come and put my nose on that 5-minute part, it's like it almost ruins the whole fragrance that day for me. So it's like almost like I gotta hide it behind myself, but I'm spraying it on my neck, so it's almost hard to avoid it. But yeah, that's for me, number 1, Le Beau Le Parfum, 100%. There will be a theme with 3 of these that you guys will see. The second one was another release from last year. I actually really liked this. I was like, oh my god, I finally like an Eternity. I can't believe it. There was like this watermelon calypso note in it, and then I got it in and I started wearing it and wore it. I did not anymore. It is Eternity Summer Days. I love CK1 Summer Days. That's one of my wife's favorite fragrances. But Eternity Summer Days, the Calypso note in it is the only good part of it, to be honest with you. It still has the Eternity DNA. I have never liked an Eternity. The only one that I came really close to liking is the Eau de Parfum. So if there is one that I can find wearable, it was that. I thought this would be it, but as soon as I sprayed it on, because I wore it a couple times before that, and I don't know why, I really liked it. Like, I wore it in store, I wore it through Macy's, and I liked it a lot. And I was like, cool, I like an Eternity. But then I got the bottle in, and I'm not sure if it's just a different batch or what the heck's going on, but the Calypso, you can smell, and it's gone after 5 minutes, and then it just gets into that Eternity DNA just a little bit fresher, and I do not like Eternity DNA. So, yeah, that is number 2, Eternity Summer Days. This one was the biggest letdown. With all the hype, when I first started my channel, I was trying to build my way into niche, and everybody kept saying, you need to try this one first. You need to try this one first. I got it in, and I loved the opening, but that was as far as I went. Once I got to the dry down, I cannot wear this fragrance. I will never wear this fragrance. So it was kind of like a love into a hate immediately. Like within 35 minutes, because that's when you really get to the dry down. It's Nishane Hacivat. Nishane Hacivat. I got this in last year, and you can see I can't even do it. I've tried it. I've sprayed it on my hand, sprayed it on my hand, sprayed it on my hand. I can't get around to the dry down every single time. I've tried it for 8 hours. I keep trying it. 2 sprays. No, I just can't do it. The opening is very nice. It's in that Creed Aventus style DNA, but you guys know I do not like original Creed Aventus. I do not like the birch. That could have easily been on this list, because when I first got Creed Aventus in, I really liked the opening, but the one you get to the birch and stuff, that is not my style of fragrance, which is also why I don't like Toomey 19 Degree that much, because it's pretty much just Aventus mixed together with Tuscan leather. A lot of people love it, but you also probably love Tuscan leather, and you probably like Creed Aventus. I love Aventus cologne. I don't know what it is. It's about that Aventus DNA. But anyway, Hacivat is in that style of DNA, not exact. So I was really excited to try this out because I had already tried Creed Aventus, and I knew I didn't like the dry down, but I was like, if it's something similar but does its own thing, maybe I'll love this one. But I got it in, and the dry down's worse for me. So the opening of this, really nice, citrus, all that good stuff. Has a little bit of a fruity tone to it as well. But as you get 30 minutes in, the oak moss starts to over-dominate the fragrance, and it really starts to smell like an ashtray. That's what it smells like to me. It gets this really smoky green tinge to it. So not exactly like an ashtray, but it's almost like if you took in herbs and put them into an ashtray and then put a cigarette in it and then burn the herbs in the ashtray. It kind of smells like that to me. You can try to convince me otherwise. That is not how I'm not going to agree with you. Nishane's Hacivat, I have tried it about 30 times. So this is my second decan. I had a smaller one too, and I just test every time on skin. And the only time I like it is when it's on paper, because that oak moss doesn't come off as prominent. But on my skin, it does. And I do not like it. It might be a skin chemistry thing. Who the hell knows? But I know Jeff from SoCal Scents gets the same thing. I've never been a fan of it. I've never been a fan of those big... My favorite in that style of DNA, while it does something completely different, is Cedrat Posé. So again, Aventus Cologne I really like. While it still has a birchiness to it, it's a little bit more freshened up and it's not as heavy on the birch. And then again, Cedrat Posé. Those are my two that are in that kind of DNA, while they all do something different. Yeah, I really don't like Hacivat. That's my worst from that type. Obviously, CDNIM, that sucks. I do not like that. I actually just sold that to one of my wife's coworkers. So with the next 2/3, there is a little bit of a similarity there, and that's what I was talking about a little bit before. So yes, I said this is going to be my top 5 love to hate, but I do want to throw this one in here. It's a brand new release as of this year, but I never went to hating it. There is something about it, and it does it with this style of fragrance that I get a headache off the smell. And so I really do enjoy the fragrance. I went back and forth on it, but I decided it gives me a headache. It's too strong. And because it's a powdery style vanilla tonka mixture, it's not my style. It's not going to be in this list, but it's Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. It's a very strong, very sweet powdered tonka, which comes off like a powdery vanilla. You know what I'm talking about. Le Male DNA. So I don't like strong scents. I don't like really powerful elixir style scents. That's why I don't like Sauvage Elixir. I don't wear that. That's why I don't wear Invictus Platinum, because it's too sweet, too strong. That's why I don't wear, or Invictus Victory Elixir, I mean. That's why I don't wear Paco Rabanne's 1 million Elixir. Too sweet, too strong. I don't like elixir scents. Never have, never will. This one I was really hoping to like, and I do like the smell, but there's a powdered tonka, which you guys know is powdered tonka, powdered vanilla is not my vibe. That and rose are the two things I've never liked. And I don't know why that is. My wife also doesn't like it. Powdered vanillas and powdered tonkas, overly powdered tonkas, they come off like an old man to me. Well, this one does not do that. This one, I kind of do like the smell of it. It's just too strong, too in your face that it ruins the scent for me. Kind of like Stronger With You Intensely. A lot of people like that scent. I can't. Too sweet, too strong, too in your face. I can't do it. That's the same with this one. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's not necessarily on this list, but there are scents out there that you won't like just because it's too strong or not in the style of fragrance that you like. But these two go along with that powdered. I could also put Armani Code ABSOLU. Those are ones that I loved originally. And then I just didn't like because of that powdery vanilla, powdery tonka, stuff like that. And this is no different. Spicebomb Extreme. So Spicebomb Extreme, does it smell bad? No. Would I wear it occasionally? Yeah, but I'd probably wear the Crema Spice and Black Vanilla before I would wear this, because Crema Spice and Black Vanilla is a kind of like a take on this, but not powdery. That's the way I look at it. This is that tobacco, vanilla, and spices. And the spices are really good. The tobacco's subtle, but good. And then there's the vanilla. The vanilla is too powdery for me. I can wear the fragrance. Is it bad? No. I originally loved it. I think it was kind of like that hype around it got me super excited that I really liked it at first. But then the more I wore it, the more I'm just like, eh. I like Infrared Eau de Parfum, Night Vision Eau de Parfum. I like all of them better than this. The original Spice Bomb I like better than this. This one is just too much of a powdery vanilla for me. It's just not my thing. If you guys like it, you like it. That's what it is. Going into the next one, also a powdery vanilla. I really liked it when I first got it in. Now I'm really not that sure, so it's not a hate. Again, it's not a hate. It's just, I thought I was going to buy a bottle at first, and now I'm just like, no, I'll probably buy Side Effect. Nishane Ani. Nishane Ani. So a lot of people says it smells like your grandma's cookies. To me, it smells like your grandma ate cookies. That's pretty much, I mean, the powdery vanilla in this also has this decadence to it that kind of comes off like a little bit older. That's the type of scent that I'm talking about. Like this one, they come off a little bit older to me, and my wife, and I know Jeff SoCal Scents. I know I say that, but with those type of scents, I think me and him we see very much eye to eye. And it's not just us. There is a lot of other people that I've spoken with that powdered vanilla or very heavy powdery tonka, because tonka is most of the time always powdery, but when it's super powdery, that is when it comes off a little bit almost like baby powder. And that is what this one comes off a little bit more of, like a gourmand cookie, but like almost like your grandma's like cookies with like licorice or whatnot in it. But yeah, Nishane Ani, to me, I don't dislike it. Would I wear it? No. It's just that style, like, again, Armani Code, ABSOLU, Spicebomb Extreme. Nishane Ani. And for a second, Virtus Vanilla Oud. I had that on the list of things I didn't like, but there's something about that I actually really like. I don't know what it is, but I do really like that fragrance. I was back and forth on it, but I'm always back and forth on these types of scents. I mean, in a year, I might say I love Ani. In a year, I might say, hey, I revisited this. I don't think so with this one. It's too strong for me. That's not the issue with that one. This one, I might come back to because it's kind of twin brother, Man in Black. I got too much black pepper from, and now I love it. So that's another powdery vanilla scent, but I find that one a little bit more wearable. With that said, yeah, so these are my 5 that they were loved to only like a little bit or just like eh. The only one from that list that I actually hate is Hacivat. Hacivat, I hate that. Oh, well, I guess this one I don't like either. Eternity, Summer Days, and Hacivat, I don't like those at all. Any of these 3 I can wear. I could wear it and I'd be happy wearing it. I just wouldn't be as happy as I would wearing the rest of the stuff. I wouldn't be as confident walking around wearing things that I mean, this one of the 3 is the best smelling for me. It's just that 5-minute period. It ruins the whole fragrance for me. Other people might think I smell good, but yeah. Anyway, so let me know in the comments some of the fragrances that you loved or that you did love and now you dislike or you only like them a little bit, stuff like that, because I know that happens to everybody. And again, I'll be back with another one. Thanks so much.